Kentucky and Pope are still working. Could Elijah Moore land on the blue and white team? Would be a good bet for the team. If you think so, subscribe to this channel. Let's go. Among the names that have recently emerged as targets of interest for the Wildcats is Elijah Moore, a point guard transferred from Syracuse whose potential and versatility have caught the attention of the Cats coaching staff. Although it is still too early to predict the outcome of this possible negotiation, the mere mention of Moore as a candidate to wear the blue and white uniform already arouses optimism among fans. And let's face it, wouldn't you be excited? Elijah Moore, who comes from the Bronx, arrived on the college scene as a four-star recruit and member of the top 60 in the class of 2024, demonstrating early on that he has the necessary tools to thrive in a competitive system. During his freshman season at Syracuse, Moore put up solid numbers, averaging 5.2 points per game, shooting 39% from the field and 31.5% from three-point range. While these stats aren't spectacular, they're just a small sample of what he could offer in an environment that's more conducive to exploring his skills. What makes Elijah Moore especially appealing to Kentucky is his ability to thrive within a structured system and adapt to the high-level demands of traditional programs. As a point guard, he demonstrates an aggressive offensive mindset combined with a growing sense of game reading and decision-making. His college basketball experience, even if limited to one season, has already given him a solid foundation to face the challenges that lie ahead should he decide to embark on the journey to play for the Wildcats. Moore brings with him a promising physical profile and work ethic that can be molded to meet the demands of modern basketball. With his mobility and ability to create plays for himself and his teammates, he has the potential to become a key piece on the perimeter for Kentucky. On a team that values versatility and the ability to adapt to different styles of play, Moore could quickly find his feet and make a significant contribution. The opportunity to play for Kentucky represents not only a chance for Moore to develop technically, but also to be part of one of the richest and most passionate cultures in college basketball. And this exposure could be a catalyst for the next step in his career, whether that means staying in college or preparing for a transition to the next level, such as the NBA. If Elijah Moore decides to commit to Kentucky, he will find in Mark Pope and his coaching staff a group dedicated to maximizing his potential. Pope's style of play, which emphasizes ball movement, balancing offense and defense, and individual development of each player, could be the ideal setting for Moore to refine his skills and achieve something new. Furthermore, playing alongside other talents recruited by the program can help him grow collectively, further strengthening his contribution to the team. It's still speculative, but it's still an interesting name for the blue team, don't you think? And what about that football? How has it been? Burton's decision to stay loyal to the Kentucky Wildcats stands out as a powerful statement. At a time when the transfer portal has become an indispensable tool for bolstering rosters and reshaping teams worn down by disappointing campaigns, Burton chose not only to stay, but to dive headfirst into rebuilding a program that is crying out for renewal. His choice is more than a matter of loyalty. It is an act of faith in something bigger, a commitment to the idea that collective success can be built on the foundation of continuity and unity. Mark Stoops, the seasoned architect of this team, knew he needed to act after a subpar 2024 season. The diagnosis was clear. Some areas of the roster lacked sufficient depth, talent, and experience. The offensive line, in particular, was a critical point. Recognizing this, Stoops did not hesitate to bring Eric Wolford back to his coaching staff, betting on the coach's ability to recruit and mold players capable of making an immediate difference. Wolford's work was swift and clinical. 5 transfers arrived to bolster the offensive line, each bringing with them the promise of stability and impact. Alex Wolfschager and Shiaz Pete took over key tackle positions. Evan Wibberley slotted in at center, while Joshua Braun, a first-team All-SEC selection during his time at Arkansas, secured a spot at guard. Wallace Anamba, another New Mexico native, also entered the fray, adding to the internal competition. With so many talented new players entering the fray, some of the veterans felt the weight of change. Dylan Ray, Cortland Ford, and Kobe Keenum, all familiar faces on the offensive line, decided to seek new horizons. But Yeager Burton, a redshirt senior with nearly 1,850 snaps in 38 games and 34 starts over his career, took a different path. He didn't just stay. He embraced the challenge of helping reinvent this team. And what makes his decision even more significant is that it comes at a time when starting is no longer a given. With Braun's arrival and Jalen Farmer's productive return, the competition for the guard position is fierce. There's even a possibility that Burton won't be a starter this season. But numbers and projections seem to be the least of Burton's concerns. His focus goes beyond the field. He wants to leave a legacy. He wants to be an integral part of a group that seeks not only to win games, but to build something lasting. I feel like there's a lot of potential on this team, Burton told KSR, revealing genuine conviction. I know how much the coaches care and how much effort they put in and how hard we've worked. I couldn't watch. I want to be a part of it, not just watch. It's a dream. Those words echo like a personal manifesto, a call to action that transcends the simple pursuit of minutes on the field or individual statistics. Burton's impact goes beyond the offensive line. He's emerging as a natural leader, someone who's been mentored by the likes of Luke Fortner, a mainstay of the team in 2021, and now passes that wisdom onto younger players. Fortner once told Burton to seize the moment and smell the roses, metaphors that convey the importance of appreciating each step of the journey. Now, Burton has internalized those lessons and shares them with his teammates, helping to shape a culture of resilience and camaraderie. In a sport often dominated by egos and external pressures, that kind of quiet leadership is invaluable. What's more, Burton embodies Mark Stoops' philosophy that a team is only as strong as everyone pulling in the same direction. Stoops knows that modern football is a complex machine, driven as much by individual talent as by the ability to transform a diverse group into a cohesive unit. Burton's decision to stay, even in the face of fierce competition, is a living example of that philosophy. He's not just fighting for his position. He is helping to weave the invisible bonds that can unite this cast in pursuit of a common goal. The 2025 season promises to be a watershed for Kentucky, with strategic reinforcements coming through the transfer portal and experienced coaching leadership. The program has all the tools to make a qualitative leap. But more than that, there is something special happening off the field. The emphasis on building a brotherhood, on creating bonds that transcend the field, is taking shape. And in this process, Yeager Burton emerges as a central figure, a player who chose to sacrifice the individual for the collective. Has he won the admiration of BBN? Let's see on the field. Comment now.